Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good morning, good evening to everyone. We are so happy to welcome you on this premiere, the digital version of the Geneva Peace Week 2020, discussing with us the important topic of how to build peace, and in our case, how to experience and how to feel peace. We wanted to share with you and with the entire peace building community one of the workshops that we are implementing in Colombia for the peace process by fostering reconciliation on the ground. Before starting to explain how to run the workshop Héléa, let's go briefly through the content of this video. First, let's introduce ourselves and the different programs that we are running in Colombia. Then we will talk about where to apply this workshop, the context and the different scenarios that we encountered, but as well for you to see the opportunities for your own projects. Then we'll talk about what is behind the methodology, what is the science behind it. Then we'll talk about how to apply it, how to replicate it, the role of the facilitator. And finally, we'll talk about some advices, a recommendation. So about the different programs that the organization is running, there is 5 different areas of work. It can be for mental health prevention, conflict resolution, to motivation, to entrepreneurship, to education for peace. So the Pentalab activity, for example, can be done in all those 5 sectors of work. The impact so far, we've been working a direct impact 12,000 people. So what is the science behind the workshop? Over more than 5 years, we were gathering different approaches to bring down several methodologies, several results from neurosciences, from organizational sciences, from the work in relationships, the emotional intelligence, the part of quantum physics, or the who am I, the yoga. So we wanted to combine different approaches to offer one methodology that will help to trigger hormones of well-being, that would reduce the level of cortisol, that would ease actually our body and allow our body to enter in a stage that would make reconciliation better through the body.
To do this workshop is very simple. That's why we brought it in a very dynamic and fast mode so that you can use it anywhere. Then, first of all, you create teams of 5 people. Can be diverse people in gender, age, races, color, education level. Is very transversal. The system applies one question only for each stage of the stages of the Pentalab, and each participant will have 1 minute to answer each question. The answers, they must be real experiences. They should not be based on theory, like when you are reading a book. We don't want that. So you as a mediator or facilitator should obviously respectfully stop the person that can try to answer in that way. Second, or next one is each participant, once they have answered the questions, you move on into the next one. So once they finish after 1 minute, then you move on to the next person in your group. Each section, we have 5 or 6 sections. It should last no more than 5 minutes each. And at the end of the whole session, the facilitator or you as a mediator, you can ask the team to discuss what happened, how did they feel, what was new, because usually it happens that there are moments of integration, of discovering new feelings and emotions from the other participants. And that should take about 2 minutes. After the 2 minutes have passed, you select, or the team, the group of 5 people select one member, and he or she will come in front of the whole audience and share what were the different insights. So here we have a fast guideline on how to use and how to guide the workshop. You will have 1 minute each participant to answer the question. There is one question only for each section, and at the end, all the participants should complete the task. So the workshop Pentalab, what are the 5 or 6 different stages that we will go through it? The first one is the story. Then we move on to a fear state. All of the participants will have to give an answer. The wall, you will receive the answers shortly. The happy moment, tools, and finally you can conclude with a dream. These are the different stages of this Pentalab workshop. The first stage of Pentalab workshop is the story. And in the story, what we're looking for in the team as a mediators and facilitators, we will ask who has helped you in a crucial moment in your life? Who was that person or that story or that book, that moment that can actually help you to keep going? So share with us that point in 1 minute. The next one is fear. The fear. So what was that fear that you had, and maybe when you were a child, and you managed to remove it from you? It's out. You don't have it. You don't face that fear anymore. Share with us as a team what was that fear. The wall. The wall is everyone faces with different kind of walls during our lifetime. School, family, workplace, and some other people obviously bigger walls. So that wall that can have kept you locked for a while, maybe that you felt another enclosed, but you possibly did or made a hole to see on the other side, or maybe you knocked down that whole wall. So share with us that point of what was the particular wall that you managed to break. Tools. Tools are a very important part of what we have developed and learned throughout our lifetime. Many people go to schools, universities, but many others, and maybe the majority, learn and have tools from their life experiences. Both are possible here. So what are the tools that you have used, and what did you create with them? Maybe on your own or maybe with a team. So share with us that very, very interesting story on that. What was that you created? Now we have a dream. Finalize here is the dream, is the creation. What is that we are looking for in our team, in this group, the participants? What was that dream that you have possibly still haven't created it yet? That you really, really wish to do it. So share with us that, because we would love to hear.
So here was an example of the different format that we were implementing. We did the event with more than 300 people. So you see here that we split them in groups of 5 groups. If we are in smaller group, for example, here when we were working on conflict region and victims, we were working in smaller groups, so everyone could interact with another. So that's why we use this big circle. At university, as you can see here, was quite hot, so we were all outside, and we split in bigger group than 5, as you can see here. At school as well, and the last format was the digital format. So this is as well possible, and you can have here the facilitator that are moving from the groups, so you don't need actually to be the lecturer. The role of the facilitator.
Very important role, because you are like a conductor that needs to guide the whole audience, as many as you want. If you are capable of having just 5, 50, 500 people or more. The workshop allows to have a big number of participants. But the role of the facilitator or the mediator In zones of conflict, it could be a bit more tricky. But basically, what we're looking for, if we keep to the rules, it usually is very smooth. The transition, the understanding, the communication. So you should be focusing on what the people are saying, listening deeply to their stories, and then bringing out some really interesting lessons that we can share and maybe increase the value of that for all to learn. So we should be motivating, use positive messages to encourage them and to keep the system dynamic. To guide and keep track of the timing is very important so that we can allow them change from participation from each participant to the next one after 1 minute or so. Move around the different groups and listen to those interesting stories. Some very lovely stories happen and occur. Then you can use them as well to inspire the audience. And as the groups, especially in countries where the mother tongue is not the English, because that in neuroscience, what we're measuring is that using the English encourages to already remove that barrier. So we ask them as well in groups of people, let's say they want to speak Spanish. So we tell them the first one is help, and we ask them to repeat that word. And obviously then we explain to whoever doesn't know that we share help, ayuda. This section of the recommendations and advices that we give you to conduct and guide a Pentalab workshop anywhere, wherever you are, some that are very important that should not be done. It's basically when the group starts a debate. So what we say is Pentalab is not a debate. So when that situation occurs or it starts to happen, you as a facilitator or mediator should stop it as explaining to the group that this is a workshop, that it doesn't involve debating. So that's very important because when that happens, the Pentalab workshop has finished. So those are the simple rules that it has. Don't accept as well general answers from the participants. Try to get them involved get into more specifics, the stories, the real life experiences. That's what is important for Pentagon Wave and Pentalab. Don't allow as well people to interrupt while other participants are speaking. So that's not the concept of this workshop is the deep listening, the understanding, developing the attention, and naturally happens. But just in case you have a member that he wants to interrupt, then politely we can interrupt them and say that's not part of the workshop, so we allow the participant to continue.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.